our teens. And today we're going to be talking with some of our parents about how they continue faith conversations outside of the walls of the church. So feel free to introduce yourself, your family, and your CrossPoint journey.
Okay, my name is Citrista, and I'm married to Sean, and I have Malia, who is 11, and Callie, who is 9. And we have been coming since we were at the intermediate school, and kind of with it, we weren't a part of the original, but started coming before things got super official.
Okay,
But, yeah.
awesome. So you've been around for a while.
And I come to this one, the service.
Maysville, awesome.
Sorry, forgot that part.
My name is Jill. My husband Josh and I attend the Augusta campus with our 2 boys. Luke is 6 months, and Liam is going to be 7 this month. We have been coming to CrossPoint the same amount of time that Chad has. We started the exact same time that he did. So I think it's been about 3 years now. And we have just absolutely loved it ever since we started.
So, yeah, so Trista's from Maysville and Jill's from Augusta. So we've got parents from both Kid and Student XP in both campuses. But I was just wondering, what are some ways that we can pray for the children in your life? And what are some things that kids nowadays are going through?
So my older son, Liam, he just started first grade, and he goes to Augusta Independent Schools. And as you all know, and I'm sure as many of you all are doing the same, we're doing virtual school. And that is really hard. It's challenging. I'm not a teacher. I don't know how to help him through most of this. Thankfully, we're only in the first grade, and it's not too complicated yet. But we could definitely all use a few extra prayers, to help us get through this new journey that I know is unknown for everybody.
Yeah, I know it's been a transition for parents, students, especially the younger ones, and teachers all together.
Yeah, definitely.
Malia and Callie go to Manchester, so they're actually attending school 2 days, and the classroom size is half the amount. So I'm hoping that one-on-one learning will overcompensate the other 3 days of the packets and online stuff. So we're not as unfortunate as the total virtual schools, but it's going okay so far. Just keeping kids on task,
Good. Yeah, that's you get a little bit of both. A couple days online, couple in person. So I'd like to ask you guys, and anybody watching online, feel free to comment. We'd love to hear any ideas of how you continue faith conversations outside of Sunday mornings at home with your kids.
So Liam, as I said, he's getting ready to be 7. We're going through a stage where he is really afraid of a lot of different things. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's just the crazy world that we're living in, but we always try to point him back to God when those things come up. If he's afraid of the dark, or if he's watched something crazy on YouTube and he thinks a burglar's going to come into our house at night, we just kind of try to sit him down and make sure, that we pray about it. Because I want him to know, as he grows and throughout life, that I always want him to turn to God first. Whatever comes up, if he's upset, if he's afraid, if he's angry, if his day just doesn't go the way that he wanted it to, I just want to make sure that he always turns to God first. So that's something that we're trying really hard to implement with him.
I'll get it.
Yeah, we had another parent from Augusta share this week that honestly she just wants to model what God's love looks like to her kids, which I thought was really awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
If you want me to answer that question, you're going to have to say it again.
Oh, sure.
I got lost in her answer.
How do you continue faith conversations past Sunday morning with your girls?
I mean, for me, I feel like we've done it for so long. It's not like I make a decision to, directly speak in, but a lot of just watching a TV show and there's a kid picking on another kid, and I'm like, you guys better never act like that. And they're like, well, we would never. And, Malia's getting stuff together for a school project, and it's like, what is something that describes that's important to you? And she was like, can we find some quote that's like faith, family, and friends? And I'm like, oh. So, there's those things where I think they're proud to come here, and it's kind of just a way of life. I don't notice that I'm going out of my way. Maybe I should, to make sure that our conversations are directly pointing to God. It's more of just like being the love of God or the light of God to help lead like their friends that they're dealing with at school struggle. I'm like, yeah, well, maybe if you could help her with that, or
Yeah.
the little things like that.
Yeah, and it can start simple. I know my family, we would always pray before we ate our food and just thank God for the good things in our lives. So you both faithfully serve and are at church a lot. So I know that we have some kids that are here multiple hours on a Sunday morning, and then we have some that just aren't used to a church setting. So how do you make church exciting for them on long days, or maybe days that they're like, I don't really want to be here?
Okay, so Josh and I both serve every Sunday typically, and we are there for both services, and it can make for a really long day. But with Liam, Luke obviously isn't that big of a deal at this point. Somebody will just hold him and put him to sleep, and he's fine. But with Liam, I've noticed it makes the biggest difference if throughout the week we talk about church like it's exciting. Oh, we get to go to church on Sunday. We get to serve. And Daddy's going to be in the back, and he's going to be running, all of the sound and everything. And isn't that really cool, So we just try to make it, for Liam, like, it's not something that we dread. And, oh, gosh, it's almost Sunday, and we have to get up early, and we don't get to sleep in, So I think the way that we talk about it and our attitudes towards it really make a big difference, for our children. So.
Yeah, I would agree with that because Sean never really complains when he has to get up and do sound. And over time, through caving into Austin, like I've helped some too. And without even asking, I mean, Callie doesn't love early mornings, but she likes helping. But I have noticed that they're like, yes, we get to serve, because they will listen to one and then attend like the other in the back and help. So I think they really like that. And they said a statement, it was a few years ago, but they asked us, what do we do when they're in church? Like as if every week that we've been coming for them. I'm like, we're in the big room. We have church too. So yeah, I mean, I feel that I don't think you really have to try, other than, like the attitude would make a difference. But I think overall, I think it's fun for them. I think
making it kind of a non-negotiable thing, like it's not a choice, whether or not we're going to church. Like it's Sunday and we go to church. That's just what you do, and I think that helps too.
Yeah, our choice is just where we get them breakfast.
Right.
So.
That's awesome.
Which is a big deal.
Yeah. All right. And then last question. What would you say to our listeners that want to encourage the children in their life that might not be their own? So it might be grandkids, friends, students, and this might even be to teenagers that are wanting to, help out with our younger kids.
So what would we say to the families in order to help them encourage their kids to come?
Yeah.
Do you want to go?
I think that kind of goes along with what I just added at the end. Making church a non-negotiable is a big deal. Whether you're a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, or just a friend down the street, if you're making church an important thing in your life, and it's something that you just do every single week, the kids are going to pick up on that, and they're going to want to join in on you, especially if you look like you're having tons of fun. And we love the people that we go to church with. It's our church families. Most of them are our best friends that we hang out with all the time. And so, the same thing goes for the kids. If they're coming every week and they're making friends, they're going to look forward to coming each and every single week and being a part of that, and thriving in that community. So I think that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I think the invite, I feel like as I look around at like all the small groups or the friends we have, a lot of times it started with the simple question of where do you go to church? And I think instilling that into our kids, like tonight, there's going to be a friend staying all night, and she's like, can she go to youth group tomorrow? And I'm like, yeah. Awesome. And so, you know what I mean? I think it's just extending the invitation that you're wanted, and, for those grandparents or aunts or uncles, like, hey, you should come, it'd be fun, or, or like not really making an option if they live with you, or you do have that authority just to be like, come on, we're going. Because I think once you come, it's fun and it's worth it for Student XP or Kid XP or the Sunday services. So
Right. Yeah, and they get so invested, and they do make friends. I know that Sunday mornings when kids come in, they just run to see each other, and it's really exciting to see those relationships built. So I'd love to pray with you guys for our kids, our teachers, our parents right now, and then we'll just close out. God, I just thank you for all of the kids and teens that we have in our church and in our communities. I pray for our students right now that are adjusting to school online. I pray that you would just give them the patience and the motivation to be able to continue to learn, even from home when things look a little different. I pray that you'd be with parents and teachers as they're also trying to adjust to this new schedule and this new way of life. And all of the anxiety and stress that this may cause, I just pray that you would bring peace and that everyone would know that you're with them right now. I thank you for these continued conversations outside of Sunday morning and pray that we'd be able to find new and exciting ways to talk about you at home. In your name I pray, amen. Well, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for joining us online. We're so excited to continue this journey with you.